morning, McDowell County Schools. This is Ian Larimore from Eastville Global Magnet School, the music teacher there. And today I want to talk to you about folk music. Now, when I say the words folk music, lots of you probably have, each one of you may have a slightly different idea about what it is, what it means. And what I would like to do personally, I feel like folk music has kind of fallen on some hard and some kind of hard times, and it's also been kind of somewhat unfairly defined. I've heard definitions such as folk music is music that it's been around a while, and it's been around so long that nobody knows who wrote it anymore, and that makes it folk music. Other people, especially like radio stations and record labels, they may define folk as music containing a high degree of acoustic instruments. That makes it in the folk genre. Look, folk genre, perhaps, and a musicological category of folk music, I don't think have to be the same thing. So if you want to call it folk music and have your playlist, on your device and call that folk music, that's fine. But for the purposes of musical study and understanding the world of music and humans and how we relate to music, and I think folk music is one of the most important phenomena of music itself. And here's something close to what I'm going to try and define it here, or approach a definition of folk music. I think it needs to be defined as music made either by or for the people, and it needs to be then accepted and used by the people. So who are the people? Well, I guess it could be anybody. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to be of a certain economic status, income bracket. We're all a lot more similar than we'd like to imagine sometimes. But I think the important thing is that even if it wasn't written for the people or by the people, if the people embrace it and they use it, if they themselves use it, I think that's an important, a very important part of what is to have a folk music, a folk song, a folk music movement. So the fact that people are using it. Now that can really mess with our traditional, folk genre playlist kind of idea of folk music. Perhaps it may not even include acoustic instruments. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Point being, you don't have to have an acoustic guitar or a banjo for something to be, or a fiddle for it to be folk. There are folk musics around the world that include none of these things. And by many even very strict and conservative definitions of folk music, those would still be folk music. So just kind of let that kind of expand a little bit and think about the function. I guess I'm pushing for a definition of folk music that's more functional. So you could have then even pop music being eventually becoming a folk music if people are wanting to sing them karaoke or learn them on their own. Check out YouTube. You can see so many covers, and it used to bother me because I was thinking, well, what about originality and creativity, and why are we always quoting other people? But actually, that's probably a lot closer to the normal interaction that people have with music and music writers, composers throughout history. Only a few people will be making new things, and most of the rest of them will be kind of digesting it and incorporating it. It's kind of like eating, when you eat a hamburger or an apple. You are taking that thing that was something else, you're digesting it, and it's becoming part of you. A lot of it becomes part of you. It goes into making up your cells, and some of it's burned as energy. So there you have it. So that being said, I'm going to sing to you a version of Shady Grove. Now this song it's got a long history. It was not always called Shady Grove. Probably based on, the melody's probably based on a song called Matty Groves from the British Isles about something else, namely probably a girl named Matty Groves. Now this is the case where it does follow that earlier definition of folk music, being that we don't know the name of everyone that wrote or contributed to this song. But some of these verses two of the verses are new. I'll see if you can, who's paying attention, go ahead and leave a comment or email me if you can figure out which ones are new. And it sounds a little bit like this. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Once I was a little boy, I wanted me a knife. Now I am a grown-up man, I'm looking for a wife. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Peaches in the summertime and apples in the fall. If I can't have the one I love, I won't have none at all. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. If I had a banjo with a string of golden twine, every song that I would play is I wish that girl was mine. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Hair as black as raven's wings and eyes as bright as snow. My heart comes home when she sings and doesn't want to go. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Sick or sound, rich or poor, till death do us part. If you go first through that dark door, you'll take half of my heart. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. And there you have it. So leave a question or comment in the appropriate spaces provided, or email me if you can figure out the two mystery verses that are new. And hope that was informative and thought-provoking. And until next time, have a great life. Till we see you again.